I've had many people write to me when I defend the gospel against Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, Seventh-day Adventists, the home church movement, the Catholic Church, Calvinism, anti-Pentecostals. I've had you write and say, mind my own business. What do I have to do with criticizing them? And then I have Christians sound so spiritual. Just preach the gospel, Bishop. Don't criticize them. And I think to myself, these Christians are naive and they don't understand the role that the minister has in defending the gospel. Here in Philippians chapter 1, verse 7, Paul says, whether I'm in chains or defending and confirming the gospel, all of you sharing God's grace with me. Notice he confirms it with signs and wonders, and I pray for the sick, and I've seen many confirmations when I pray for the sick. But I also have a responsibility, as Paul says, defending the gospel. That word defending is where we get the Greek word apologetics, which is the defense of Christianity. See, the role of a minister, he has to defend the gospel. Paul writes in Philippians chapter 1, verse 16, knowing that I'm put here for the defense of the gospel. Again, Paul emphasizes the defense of the gospel. If you think about it, the Apostle Paul spent a lot of time correcting errors. He even warns us that in the latter times, some will abandon the faith. He warns the Ephesian church in Acts chapter 19, the Ephesian elders, that watch out for wolves that will come and attack. St. Peter himself says, just as there were false prophets among Israel, there will be false teachers among you. Even Jesus spends a lot of time correcting the Sanhedrin, which was the ruling council of the Jews. He criticized the hypocrisy of the Pharisees and condemned the false teaching of the Sadducees, who said there was no resurrection. What I'm trying to point out is Jesus, the apostles, they spent time condemning and criticizing false teaching. Because if you don't do it, then Christians don't know better. That's why it is important for the minister of the gospel to defend Christianity against whatever false teachings are out there. So for some of you who think that's judging, it's not judging. I'm not judging their character or their morality. I'm judging only their teachings. If it doesn't line up to the word of God, then every minister has an obligation to defend the gospel, and that is apologetics.